Okay, this is Coaster Zeke doing a fireworks safety thing, kind of picking up where I left off there the other night in the big red shed on the safety speech on fireworks, but doing a more in-depth deal on it. And hopefully too, this time around, Coaster Zeke can do a family-friendly one without all the F-bombs and the bad language. So we're trying to make this one actually suitable for Facebook. Anyway, this here is common item. Bring it right up to the camera here. Called a repeater cake. You get anywhere from 10, 15, 25 shots. They even come in these great big 500-gram cakes. Repeater cakes. They're really good for a finale or whatever. What I always recommend is you place it like this and put a couple of wooden stakes on each side of it. Put duct tape around it. That makes it a whole lot safer so it cannot tip over. Another thing we have. You'll get stuff of this nature. These are what you can get your aerial display shells. These are what's commonly referred to as a canister shell. They're the most powerful Class C item that you can get. And they do kick butt a lot. Normally they're going to come with this launcher. We're going to be launching them out of a little Class C rack that we had made. But with these, you want to put a rock or a brick or something like that on each side of it so it can't tip over. That's something to keep in mind there. And Coaster Zeke's shoes always come untied. They always do. And the older gear you get, the further the pants slide down the crack of your ass too. That's the other thing you'll find. But here's a Roman candle. You might say, I ain't seen a lot of Roman candles and like that, just all in plain brown wrapper. Well, if you say you haven't seen anything like that, apparently you haven't been in the back room of a fireworks distributor down in Missouri. Because believe me, if you've got the cash, they've got the stash, and they'll show it to you. So that's one thing there. What else? Some safety things, yes. Preferably goggles. When you're doing smaller stuff, you can get by with safety glasses. These happen to be, let's see what they are. Look into my eyesight ain't what it used to be. Let's see. It says Bausch & Lomb Big Red Shed issue. Okay. Works for me, I guess. Now, we'll demonstrate a couple of these items. Primary thing I want to stress is you want to be safe. When you're attempting to paint the sky, you don't want to end up with a rocket stick in your eye. That's not going to impress anybody. You also don't want people showing up at your fireworks party that you did not intend to show up at your fireworks party, such as the fire department, the EMTs, the sheriff, of course. That's not good, and about 16 personal injury attorneys. Yep, it's not good when you have that happen. You got to be careful with this stuff. That's for damn sure, because especially when you're working with Class B, the more powerful stuff. I mean, one bad decision could lead to a neurosurgeon's incision on you. So, pretty soon you find yourself way before your time, in bad shape. Badger camp material. So, anyway, we're going to put some of our stuff away and do a little demonstration. Here is the Class C canister shell. You'll see that they have quite a bit of kick coming out of the tube. And that, boys, was Class C, believe it or not. You couldn't see it, but there it was. Well, we just light this bad boy while we're at it. A little bit of backroom deal there. And sometimes you get a bad fuse, in which case you do something like, it might go yet. I was going to say kick it over so it goes in another. The primary point I wanted to make there is if something goes off, you never want to go back and try to relight it or be standing over it. What you do is you come in from the side real quick, kick it over to the side. Here's something you can't get anymore. It used to be called bird bombs. The California vegetable growers used to do them. You used to be able to use them to scare birds away, kind of like an M80. You can't get them anymore. The only reason this is illegal is because they were distributing these up until just a few years ago, in which point they were banned. That'd take fingers off, ladies and gentlemen. And last but not least, the titanium sloot. This is not a 3-incher, but it's a 2-incher. And for those that weren't there for my spiel at the Big Red Shed on a different shift or whatever, never gone to my YouTube videos, it's like I told them. He who engages in horseplay and creates a spectacle may lose a testicle. That's my final thought for the day, and let's go. Want that pointing our way. Chest thumper. And that's all, folks. Just keep in mind, be goddamn safe, because you don't want shit. Nope, sorry, we're trying to make this Facebook here. We don't want, if I swore, I'm sorry, it's going to end up on YouTube, but we're trying to do something family friendly here.